Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Saturday, May 17th. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, I thought I'd keep it semi short and sweet, but I wanted to follow up with some of the comments and some self help today. All right, stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekend. The weekday is Monday through Friday where we talk business, but on the weekends I can go off the rail and do what I like or what I feel like that day. So when it comes to the comments, I read every comment and I understand that some of you guys are looking for more technical stuff, of how to. And when I brought this channel about, I try to give you what you want and what brings me enjoyment at the same time. And it's always been that my mindset is of that morning cup of coffee with friends. And when you're having that morning cup of coffee with friends, you're usually also hearing advice from the elders. And that's kind of the way I've run this platform, whatever you want to call it, the channel. If you're looking for technical advice on just how to's, there are a gazillion people out there already doing it and doing a good job at it. I'm not trying to wow you with my technical skills per se. But what I am trying to do is I can't even say the word. I try to be different. I don't run with the crowd. You know, what I should do or could do to get more views or this or that, I get it. And anybody on YouTube would love to have more views, right? More subscribers, and of course. But I'm content in keeping the channel the way it is. And that is, how many channels out there can you go to that's going to talk business with you? It's going to talk personal development, how to make yourself a better person, uh, and not miss out on the things in life until it's too late. I give you my own personal life experiences. A lot of people find it hard to admit that they made a lot of mistakes. I don't. I'm only human. I also let it be known that I'm a firm believer in God. That's my choice. Your choice is whatever you decide. And I've always been a person that says, if you're going to go that way, you need to find your own way to Him. You don't need a church. You don't need a pastor. If you want to talk to God like I do, I talk with Him all the time. And I'm pretty sure He puts me on the mute button. Just saying. But I let you know that I'm not a Bible pumping preaching as well. That I have a firm belief, but I don't believe in pushing it on to other people. It is what it is, and whatever floats your boat. But no, if you're coming to the channel because you want the best expert advice, I don't think I'm your person. I really don't. If you're coming here because you want to be part of a group of guys and gals that have a lot of common things and looking for, because during the weekday we talk about business one way, shape, or another. It's focusing around business, okay? And I've tried to keep that format. During the week, we'll talk business, and then on the weekends, we'll go off the rail. And then I've even been known to talk business on weekends as well. But I see a couple this past week of where they gave the thumbs down on the video, and it's because it didn't give them what they hoped that they should get. And I have no problem. Give me a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. What matters is am I delivering the content you want to see? Am I the expert when it comes to staging, camera lights, and all the other crap? No. No, I'm not. Not even close. What you get is the raw, right? The raw footage, the raw meat. You're not getting 200 takes with a outline and everything to follow. It's not my style. I think I've told you this before. A lot of times I don't know what I'm gonna do for a video that morning or this morning. I start, and wherever it goes, right? So on that note, if I hope that you're getting what you hope you'd like to get from the channel, I am willing to do certain things, but I'm not going to become another channel out there trying to do repair videos when somebody else is already doing a good job of it. You see what I'm saying? All right. So what's the theme for today, for the weekend? The theme is letting people know how much you really care about them before it's too late. And what do I mean by that? I mean, when I was in that hospital bed, probably Amos, you can concur with me, is I had a lot of time to think. And on a daily basis, I asked God, would I be able to do a lot of things that I had done prior to the surgery? See, sometimes we live in the moment, and then because we can't see a future. And then sometimes we're living a life, but putting off until the future, until it could be too late. See, in my case, when I lay in the hospital bed, in the cardiac ICU, which I was there for 30 days, on a daily basis, there were codes going on around me. And that's patients having problems. Either the heart stopped, something, all right? And quite a few of them didn't make it home. And when I say in the moment, that's where I was. I couldn't see a future yet. I was laying in the bed, hoping that I would continue breathing and my heart would continue beating. And that if I did code, please let me make it through it. That's living in a moment where you can't see the future. You have so much going on around you that that's where your focus is going to be. For most of you, it's probably you're putting things off or have put off things when you were younger, saying you're going to be able to do them when you get older. And sometimes, most often the case, is you have regrets. Regrets that you didn't spend more time and tell the person that you loved them is no longer with us. That you never told your kids on a daily basis how much you loved them. If I can tell you anything that is going to matter today, is to cherish the people around you and let them know how you really feel about them. If you think they suck, keep your mouth shut. But I mean, one of the things that I did with my daughter and granddaughter is they wanted me to check in every night when I was here by myself, because they worry about you. So one of the things that I asked him after a while, because every night I would check in with my daughter and my granddaughter and say, I love you. That was, so I wrote one day to both of them. I said, at what point are you going to get sick of hearing me say that? And they were both almost instant. And both of them had the same word, never. I couldn't say it enough. They wanted to hear it. And so do the other people that are in your life that mean anything. You know, don't not tell your kids or your better half or your mom and dad, sisters, brothers, close friends. Tell them how you really feel. Tell them that you do care about them. Everybody wants to be loved, and we don't say it enough to the people around us. And then one day you're going to wake up and they're going to be gone. Or worse yet, you're going to be gone. Just something to think about. You know, life's too short. And Claude, he gets sick of hearing it. But he'll hear me say my first. And my first is when I laid there in the hospital bed, I prayed that I would be able to do the things that I had done before surgery. I mean, it wasn't almost the end of week 2 before I even was able to try to walk again. And thanks to the kind, patient 3 nurses that would help me try to walk. See, when I first got onto my feet to try to walk, we gauged it in feet for distance, right? Because I could only walk so many feet, and then I had to sit down in the wheelchair. And I would get frustrated. I would say, God, why can't I only walk 20 feet, 30 feet before my legs would start to give out from underneath me? And I would hear, try again. And I'm the type of person that will push myself further and harder than I would anybody else. I can't accept you're not good enough or it just is okay per se. So every time the nurses would ask, Eric, would you like to try to walk again? They have my full attention. Yes, please. I mean, in my room had its own bathroom, okay? And of course I was hooked up to all these IVs, crap, monitors. But simply being able to walk to the bathroom was impossible. And I can remember week 2 of where they would have a commode, they would bring a commode in because I couldn't make it to the bathroom. So I would, on a daily basis, sometimes asking, when can I try walking again? And what I found is each time I could walk a little further and a little further. And then it was, because they had me hunched over, if you can visualize this, in a gown that had no drawstrings tightened on the back. I'm pushing this cart for balance. And the nurses have got me underneath each arm and they're pushing one of my IV poles. And we're going for a short walk. And then I have a nurse that's right behind me with a wheelchair so that if I feel I can't go any farther, to say something and they would gently set me back into the wheelchair to go back. I remember one time where the nightgown slid off my shoulders and I was mooning the whole staff on the cardiac unit. But the thing is I didn't give up. I kept pushing myself harder and harder. So once I made it through to the end and finally released from the hospital, one of the things that I kept telling myself was, don't forget where you were at. Don't forget what you were thinking. And asking God to be able to do all these things again. So it became, when I did something for the first time since surgery, I would say my first. And Claude would say, what is your first? I said, it's my first time that I never thought I would be able to do it again, that I've done it since leaving the hospital. And what I can tell you is, on a daily basis, I am finding my first. Of being able to have the luxury of doing things again, spending more time with family. Last Saturday, it was t-ball for one grandson and a baseball game for the other. And I was able to get through both of them. Was I tired? Absolutely. I was dead tired. But it was a good tired. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between tired and a good tired. A good tired is you had a great day and you're exhausted. That's great. But if you've had a exhausting day and you don't see any productivity, you don't see any good out of it, it's a wasted day, right? If that makes any sense. I'm like that infant that is trying all these new things again for the first time. But in my case, it's being able to accomplish these things for the first time. One of the things that, I thought about a lot was feeding the cows their grain. And even after being released, I wasn't able to handle even a grain pail for a couple months. I couldn't lift it. I was told not to lift it because of the wires that were holding my chest together. And Amos, you can say, we still have lifting restrictions, but I go back to what my physician assistant, Greg, said when I was in the hospital. I asked him, I said, Greg, what can I do once I leave here? And he said, the best advice I can give you, Eric, is do it until it hurts and then stop. Don't push yourself through it. Go until it hurts and then stop. That's your body saying, don't overdo it. If you're getting chest pains from the incision site, you're overdoing it. Just pace yourself. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Just pace yourself. Enjoy the ride. Tell the people around you how you really feel about them before it's too late. And do the things that you used to love to do. I know, people get busy. That's the big thing, is we're busy doing nothing, right? We get busy and we tell our kids and our grandkids, we'll do it tomorrow. Whether it's fishing, going to a ball game, what have you. And the next thing you know, your kids and your grandkids have grown up. And you still haven't taken the time to do the things that even you love to do because you were busy. And I've seen so many people give up on things that they cherished, whether it be painting, on a canvas, writing poetry, whatever brings you enjoyment. Stop putting it off. If anything, you need to find your quiet space where you can get rid of all the noise that surrounds you and just focus on the here and now. And listen to yourself. What do I need? And it's okay to say that. It's not okay if you're egotistical or narcissistic and all you think about are your own wants and needs, right? But do it before it gets too late. Me, I'm doing a lot of my firsts on a daily basis in loving the ride. If God said today it's your time to go, I'm okay with it because I got a lot of my firsts done on my list since having the surgery. So on that note, you guys have a great Saturday. I think I got a T-ball game this morning, and I'm going to try to drown some worms later today. We call it fishing, but a lot of times it's just me drowning a worm. You guys have a great Saturday.